Browns rumors are heating up with Deshaun Watson's future in Cleveland, and is Shedeur Sanders in prime position to be quarterback one after Watson tanked his stock even more yesterday? Well, look at what the NFL insiders had to say and explore the possibilities of what the Browns could do now about Deshaun Watson after not only is he terrible, but he just called out the fan base. You're watching the Browns Report presented by Prize Picks. I am your host, Joey O'Donohue, and also in the news, Todd Monken says he will name the starting quarterback tomorrow, Monday. Don't miss that. Stay tuned. We will go live on the channel. We will make a video when it happens, so make sure you hit that subscribe button. 200 subs away from 80,000 subscribers. This is the place for Browns fans. It's free to subscribe. I make daily Browns videos with the news, rumors, and everything going on in Cleveland. So join this family here. And I say we dive right in to what honestly is a new development, but it is fast-tracked over the past 24 hours. Is it possible that the Cleveland Browns could cut Deshaun Watson all of a sudden after his comments and poor performance? Well, NFL Network's Daniel Jeremiah says yes. He says you're going to eat that $40 million either way. I'd start Shedeur Sanders and cut Deshaun Watson. Shedeur was a little bit better than Deshaun Watson. Even if Watson is better, it's close, and Watson's not your long-term answer. Shedeur might be. From a long-term perspective, it is clearly Sanders. And I just want to bring up Watson's press conference again because those comments were tone-deaf and delusional. To say that it's not performance-based. It is performance-based. You were awful, and he said he can't really play home games for pretty much. He can't handle it. You cannot start him after that. How could we roll him out there week one as a serious organization? You couldn't. And look, I don't condone the cheering when he was injured part of it, but it's the rest of his comments that were tone-deaf to the situation of Watson being in Cleveland. And all our draft capital was given up, and he was given guaranteed money. Daniel Jeremiah's point about cutting him, though, is the cap number is the same. If you have him on the roster and if you cut him, it's $40.9 million, right? So you're going to eat that anyway. Why don't we just cut Watson? And he clearly doesn't want to be in Cleveland. Nobody wants him in Cleveland. Let's just free everybody. Well, Jack Duffin, who does a lot of Browns cap work, says it's not that easy. He says, adding the other $51.5 million from 2028 into 2027 by cutting him now changes the equation. You are spending $51.5 million of the $69 million in 27 cap space that they have on Watson. It's going to mean you have very little to spend, and maybe you sign your draft picks, but that is about it. And Andrew Berry says that they want to be aggressive in free agency next year or the year after, so they might not want to be able to do this. But Daniel Jeremiah makes the point that the Broncos carried an $85 million dead cap number when they cut Russell Wilson and went to the playoffs that same year. So it is possible, it is doable. But there is another solution. You don't have to just cut Watson and eat all of that money. What if Watson mysteriously has an injury appear? The Browns are going to announce that all of a sudden something came up for Deshaun Watson, and he gets placed on season-ending IR again. He's out for the year. Now, Watson doesn't take up a roster spot because he's on IR. The Browns don't have to cut Taylor Green. They can keep their three quarterbacks. Watson doesn't take up a spot. There's a way around it, and he's also just not involved with the team. Nobody in Cleveland has to see him. Or they bury him on the roster. He's like spot number 53 on the 53-man. He's inactive every game day. And again, I just think that we can't have him in Cleveland anymore. The relationship's too far gone. It's a bad energy. It's a bad aura to have him in Cleveland still now after all this. So what do you think? What say you, Browns fans? Should the Browns cut Deshaun Watson now? Type Y for yes. Type N for no. Let me know your opinion in the comment section on if the Browns should cut Deshaun Watson, yes or no. Now, how does this affect Shedeur Sanders' chances to be the Browns starting quarterback. That coming up in just 1 second. But speaking of Shedeur, we are doing a Shedeur Sanders rookie card giveaway on Courtyard for you guys. What is Courtyard? How can you enter the giveaway? Let's tell you. Courtyard is a digital marketplace that lets collectors rip digital packs of real, authentic, graded cards. When you open a pack, it looks like this. It's pretty fun. But we are doing a giveaway this week. You guys will see what I got in just a second here earlier. But know that every card is PSA, CGC, or BGS graded, vaulted at Brinks, and insured 24/7. I pulled a pretty sick PSA 9 Bryce Eldridge baseball card that looks pretty sick in this pack. But for you guys, we are going to give away a Shedeur Sanders rookie card. All you have to do to enter is comment your Courtyard username in the comments section. Okay, if you don't have an account yet, you just click the link in the chat, make an account. It's super easy and free, and then comment your Courtyard username. I will pick one at random at the end of the week and send it to you in the Courtyard app. Shedeur Sanders rookie card could be worth a lot one day. It's a big part of history. I mean, everyone's going to remember this era in Cleveland, and we will send you that card for free. So head to courtyard.io, use my code HMA at checkout for 15% off. And remember, comment your username to enter the giveaway. The link is in the comments and description of today's show. So this whole Watson stuff, I think, is actually great news for Shedeur Sanders. Like, he is now, more so than ever before, in prime position to be quarterback one sooner rather than later. And the way Todd Monken spoke today at his press conference, it seemed like nothing's really changed. We'll talk about that later. But at the very least, I don't see how Watson could play the home opener week 3. If he's not good in week 1 and week 2, which I have evidence to suggest he won't be because he hasn't been good in Cleveland ever for 3 years, well, then Shedeur would start the home opener. We get plenty more games of Shedeur. So Monken meeting with the staff today seems like they have come to a conclusion, or they're so close, because they, again, will be announcing this tomorrow on Monday. Subscribe, turn your notifications on so you don't miss the announcement and my reaction as well as yours. NFL insider Jeremy Fowler also talked about the Browns quarterback decision and what he's hearing, and he said Deshaun Watson had some momentum. He had a couple good weeks. Now the Browns have to weigh what happened on the field with Watson and also what he said in that press conference. Is he in a good space to be the leader of this team? The answer to that is no. He mentally can't do it. In fact, the Browns are giving up home field advantage simply by rolling him out there. And let's talk football. Is that worth it? Is he that much better than Shedeur Sanders? I don't even think he's better than Shedeur at all. Shedeur's actually the better quarterback so far in camp and preseason, numbers-wise. And yesterday, if you watched that game. Okay? And so Watson was awful against the Bills. 5 of 12, 36 yards, an interception, and a quarterback rating of 14.6 when he went out there. Shedeur actually looked decent on the day. And I'm not even saying anything based on how I like Shedeur. I'm not even saying Shedeur's the long-term answer. He could be. He might be. I'm not pounding the table saying it for the purposes of this argument. That's a different story. What I'm saying is he's looked better than Deshaun, and there's no reason to go back to 4. He can't function mentally. And Shedeur has a massive edge over Deshaun Watson there mentally. One thing about Shedeur, if you watched him in Colorado, he's unfazed. He's always been in the spotlight. He loves being in the spotlight. Watson has tried to shy away from it the past 2 years, and the minute he's back out there, he crumbled. It gets to him. He's calling out the fan base post-game now when he told us 3 days ago he wouldn't care what the reaction was. Sounds like he cared. Short term, long term, the answer is Shedeur Sanders over Deshaun Watson any day of the week and twice on Sundays. So what do you think, Browns fans watching this right now? What % chance is it that Watson will start after all of this? On a scale of 0 to 100, what % chance do you give it for Watson to be the Cleveland Browns starting quarterback once again? Let me know in that comment section right here, right now. I'll tell you what Todd Monken had to say in just a moment because even though we think it should be over, seems like Monken's not done yet. That coming up. But first, want to let you know today's show is also made possible by Prize Picks. It's time to cash in with America's #1 sports picks app. Prize Picks is the best place to win cash while watching sports. The app is really easy to use. You just pick more or less on a few player stats and lock in your lineup. I have a fun lineup for the upcoming season. For Cleveland, I'm picking more on Quinshon Judkins' receiving yards in week 1, more than 9.5 receiving yards. I like Judkins to take a screen pass for 20 plus, to be honest. Also, going to pick more than 3.5 receiving touchdowns for Denzel Boston this season. He's a red zone big body with great hands. I anticipate him getting a lot of 50-50 balls down there. More than 7.25 sacks for Jared Verse is a pick I like as well. I envision him being a double-digit sack guy in the league now in this new system. And Josh Allen, more on his passing yards. Yeah, he's done that for 6 years in a row. So this is a $20 4-pick power play with a $200 payout. And you can make the same lineup. We have a brand new user offer for you. Play your first $5, get $150 on lineups if you win. Just use code HMA when you sign up. That's right. PrizePicks just switched up their offers, so there's no better time to join. It's code HMA at sign up. Get $150 in bonus lineups if you win your first $5 lineup. Todd Monken is acting as if everything's fine. Nothing happened yesterday. It's the biggest story in sports, it feels like, but okay. Todd Monken said this about Deshaun Watson. We have to take in the full body of work. I'm not going to let one half of football, one frustrating moment, dictate what our decision is going to be that we think is in the best interest of the Browns moving forward, and especially week 1. Now, I'll say this about Todd Monken because I don't know if it's him. I don't know if it's ownership pressuring him. I don't know if Jimmy has him saying, figure out a way to make Watson work so I don't look as dumb, right? I don't know what's pressuring him to really try this thing with Deshaun Watson. But if in his mind there really is a chance to go back to what Watson was, then I guess he's saying the right things. You wouldn't just call it because of one bad quarter. However, it was not only so bad, it's the press conference we're talking about here. It's the boos. It's the fan base. It's the fact that it is a close quarterback battle. And if it's close, just go with Shedeur, the younger man. But what Todd Monken said he saw is a young man in Deshaun Watson who's worked awfully hard to get back to where he is now, who wants to play winning football for the Browns organization and the fans. He said he sees someone that looks confident despite what everyone in the media is saying right now. And then Monken said the starters aren't going to play in the preseason finale against the Patriots. And NFL insider Jeremy Fowler said neither Watson nor Shedeur are going to play in that game. We will see Taylon Green, though. So, Todd Monken's got a lot to talk about, a lot to think about, and tomorrow the decision comes. Guys, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss that. Appreciate you all tuning into today's show, and I'll see you next time here on the Browns Report.